We've got the Land Rover Range Rover plug-in hybrid.
Spoiler alert, this one's got the best plug-in range. Wow, this thing is quick.
Smooth. Wow, comfortable.
So this is the plug-in hybrid version. How big is the battery and all of that? Let's get into it. What's under the hood of this thing, Andrea?
A 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder with an electric motor and an 8-speed automatic transmission. 434 combined horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, standard all-wheel drive and all-wheel steering.
This PHEV has a large battery for a plug-in, 38.2 kilowatt-hour battery, and it has amazing range, 82 kilometers. That's 51 miles of EV range. With a full tank and a full charge, you get about 806 kilometers or 500 miles of range. So we've already reviewed the full size, what was the launch edition called again?
First edition.
First edition. We did a review of that one, so I'll put a card up here. Right now we're getting into the key standard features of this PHEV.
This plug-in hybrid comes with a 13.7-inch digital driver display, a 13.1-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charger, a Meridian sound system, perforated Windsor leather, 20-way power heated front seats and power recline heated rear seats, driver's seat memory, a heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, and a power tailgate.
There are more terrain settings in this than you'll get in any other vehicle because it's capable. But what else can we put it in?
Got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, but also follow on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to get a sneak peek what's happening behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.
So this all-new Range Rover, we had the full gas one earlier, as we mentioned. Now this PHEV. Now that I've been back-to-back in these, Andrea, I get it. I get why people love owning these things.
I mean, the commanding seating position, the way it handles, it's so comfortable. It soaks up those bumps in the road. And honestly, I would buy the plug-in hybrid Range Rover because I don't put a lot of kilometers on each day. I would charge it all the time. I'd have a clean drive almost every day. I would hardly visit a gas station.
So with 80 kilometers, roughly 50 miles of range, most people would be able to get to work and back using just pure EV. And that, my friends, takes a big beast and makes it a little greener.
It certainly does. I mean, much more fuel efficient than a regular Range Rover, especially one with a V8 engine. I just enjoy everything about this. Everybody moves out of the way on the road. It has such a presence. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You can easily parallel park this. It's really not that difficult.
Well, I was going to get into that. Andrew mentioned at the very beginning, this comes standard with the active rear steering. And my goodness, that is a game changer for such a large vehicle. You can whip this thing around. You can, I have the gas version pulling in and out of the parking spot. It's so easy to maneuver and so light and nimble for such a huge vehicle.
Yeah, the turning radius is amazing on this. The other vehicle that is large that I experience a similar turning radius is the Cadillac Escalade. This has got 3 modes, typical of a plug-in hybrid: EV mode, save mode, where you can save your EV range, and of course, hybrid. I've tried them all. Everyone has enough power. Obviously, the pure EV mode, you really have this incredibly smooth ride in a quiet cabin.
We're doing that right now.
Yeah, so it certainly is a nice treat. And coming up in Questions, Coffee and Cars, we talk about the speed that you can go up to in pure EV mode, so stick around for that.
Now, one of the biggest selling features, well, the biggest selling feature for me is the design of this thing. And we were at an event recently with an automotive designer for another brand, and we brought up the fact we had just driven the previous Range Rover, and he pointed out something that we didn't see, and now that we have it back, he said the line from the glass to the sheet metal on the side, there's no strip that goes along there. It's almost flush. And he said that's very hard to do. He said that's very expensive to do, and Range Rover does it because you pay for it.
I really like the exterior design. I mean, I've always liked Range Rover designs, but this one just takes it to a whole other level. It's modern, elegant, sophisticated. It just looks luxurious.
And they've cleaned off a lot of the edges. So I think from the back especially, they've done a fantastic job. It didn't show up on the previous one. It had a darker color. This one with the white, you see the way they framed the rear tail lamps around the tailgate. It just looks so cool. This will be, once again, the most copied SUV on the planet.
This comes standard with a nickel exterior package. So on our test model, you see nickel accents on the side, the grille as well. But if you want to up the sportiness, there is also a package for black exterior accents and a black grille. Zach and I actually saw a black Range Rover the other day with the black exterior accents, and it looked pretty hot.
It was clean for now.
Yeah, it was clean. That's the problem with a black vehicle.
Oh my God, we've had so many black cars. I do not miss washing them.
This comes standard with LED headlights, LED taillights, 21-inch wheels. We're riding on 22-inch wheels. They are available.
You would never know it though. That's what I said in the previous one. I really do encourage you to watch that video as well, because we talk about maybe some different things. This thing feels like it defies the laws of physics. It's so big, it's so powerful, it has huge wheels, yet I don't feel anything when I'm driving down the road.
And you can also get a 21-inch full-size spare tire that's available, as well as a heated windshield. This gets 8.2 inches of ground clearance, 11.2 inches for off-roading, and your wading depth is 35.4 inches. This is longer than the previous model, so it offers more passenger space.
So the inside of this, just like the outside, they cleaned off all the hard edges. It's a simple interior. The new infotainment screen and the way it interacts is so much better and faster than any Land Rover we've had before.
And the graphics are crisp and clear. It comes standard with a 13.1-inch touchscreen and a 13.7-inch digital driver display. We've got very comfortable seats, and you can also get ventilated front seats in the front and the rear. That's available to you, as well as a head-up display. We've got the Meridian sound system, which sounds fantastic. It's also a standard feature.
We don't have scratch and sniff TV. If you were in here, you would smell all of that leather. It's fantastic.
Just amazing. This cabin feels so open and spacious. It's got great storage at the center console. If you like, you can even get a refrigerator here. That's available. And the door pockets are also very large, so you'll find this to be very comfy and roomy.
Lower part of the door cards is covered. It might be vinyl, but it looks like leather, and it really looks luxurious. I don't love where the seat controls are. They're on the door. This is a Mercedes-Benz thing. I prefer them down here, but they have big wide seats, so it would be tough to get your hand in there. You know what? I just don't like it there. I know some of you are going to chime in and go, whatever. I disagree with you. I don't like them there.
And the button to unlock and lock the doors is quite forward and is in a bit of an awkward position. It took us a second to find that when we reviewed the gas model.
Well, what isn't awkward is the amount of space you get in the back. This thing is big. You have an enormous amount of legroom and headroom. The seats on this one anyway are power operated. You can put the seat back fore and aft. That's fantastic. How does it compare?
Comparing it to a few of its competitors like the BMW X5 45e, the Volvo XC90 Recharge, and the Lincoln Aviator plug-in hybrid, it offers plenty of front row legroom, but it's the Aviator that offers the most with 3 inches more space. The Range Rover second row legroom at 40.4 inches is better than all of those competitors.
So the back of this Range Rover is a clamshell design. It has a liftgate and it has a fold-down tailgate. In addition, because this has air suspension, you can raise and lower the rear suspension to either load or unload things. It's quite handy.
The cargo space behind the second row for the Range Rover is 40.7 cubic feet, with the XC90 and Aviator offering a little more space. Overall cargo space at 83.5 cubic feet is good, but it's the XC90 with a little bit more at 85.7 cubic feet. This PHEV doesn't come with a heat pump, but it does have resistive heating. So you can cool or warm the cabin using electricity alone, and you won't use any fuel.
So how fast can you go in pure EV range and more? Let's get into it.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
If I fall asleep, I have the massaging seat on.
I mean, it just feels so relaxing in here, doesn't it?
I have the rolling massage, Drea.
I got the heated seats cranked.
All right, here we go. Your
might fall
questions from Instagram.
Hi, Andrea and Zach. Does it come with a 7-seater option? It does not right now, no. But I did ask Land Rover about this, and
they gave you a pretty straight, blunt answer.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
They said they don't comment on future product plans. So
Yeah.
for now, it's a 5-seater.
Just think of the market. You've got the X7 from BMW.
Yeah.
You've got the GLS from Mercedes-Benz. It's coming. I bet you it's coming.
What's the most unique feature on this bad boy? Why don't you start first?
Well, for me, it's all about the design. It's
yeah.
the design of this. I just love the way it looks.
Yeah.
I love the interior simplicity. So for me, it's the design. There was a police Ford Explorer sitting next to me yesterday. He didn't pull me over. And I looked at the Ford Explorer and I go, boy, did they ever borrow from Land Rover,
Yeah,
Range Rover
yeah.
for that. Then you look at the Telluride, same thing. You look at the Volvo XC90. This is the iconic SUV. That's what I like about it.
I really like the commanding sitting position in Land Rover models, but I'm going to take it kind of to another level with the features because
Where are we going?
it's a plug-in hybrid.
Oh,
So
okay.
a couple things. First off, the range is amazing. Secondly,
Because it's a big vehicle. They could put a big battery in it.
yeah, it's one of the few that has the capability of DC fast charging. The other one is the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. So I think that is a real plus for a plug-in hybrid. And lastly, you can drive this in pure EV mode up to 140 kilometers an hour, 87 miles per hour. So these are all
Andrea,
great benefits of a plug-in hybrid.
That could have fallen easily into the fun fact category.
It could have.
You've kind of
but
bridged too.
kind of bridge too. I think it was a brilliant idea to bridge too. We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel, and it's super easy to find.
All you do is go to the YouTube search bar and type in Motormouth, the name of the channel, then the brand you're looking for. In this case, it's Land Rover or Range Rover, and all our videos pop up. It's that easy.
I'm having a bit of a love-hate reaction to the interior color. What did you think of it in person?
I love it. I think it looks great. I think that the one we had last time was more show busy,
Yeah.
but it would be a bitch to keep clean.
Yeah, the gas model we recently reviewed is a lighter interior, absolutely stunning. The pictures that I put out on Instagram, it's looking quite red. It's actually a rich burgundy color.
Bordeaux.
Oh, like just gorgeous with a brown undertone. Do I like the lighter color more? I think I do. I'm not sure that I want like a red interior daily.
You know what? This setup is exactly for the Chinese market.
Yeah.
The Chinese market loves white on the outside and a kind of a red. It doesn't have to be bright red, but a red interior. Apparently, this is good luck or wealth or something like that in the culture, and that's one of the reasons they do it. And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Do you think that the Range Rover Group has managed or is working towards improving the overall reliability of vehicles they offer?
Well, Andrea, reliability is an issue and a huge question mark for a lot of people who've never owned these vehicles before.
Yeah.
Land Rover, Range Rover is right near the very bottom, and it has been year after year in dependability and quality studies. They know they have an issue and they're
Yeah.
working on it, but we're not seeing the results yet.
And I also think, Zach and I have talked about this before, pain versus pleasure. How much do you love this Range Rover versus how reliable it is? Many people who own this own a second vehicle, so I suppose if you're heading to the shop, you've got something else to drive.
Hopefully it's not a Jag. So yeah, listen, they sell a lot of these. It still is one of the top status vehicles you
Yeah.
can buy. So people with money, and you need a lot of money to buy one of these, they buy these because of the image it projects, which is, I got some cash.
Yeah.
And they love the way they drive, and now we've driven several of them. We get that.
We get it.
But you got to weigh it off, right?
Yep.
Keep it under warranty.
Yeah, I would recommend, why don't you lease it for 3 years, see how it goes. If you love it and you don't have any issues with it, I mean, I would consider buying it out or sell it.
Or just lease another one.
Or lease
which I
another
think the
one.
people with the big bucks do. They just roll these over. They get one for 3 or 4 years and then they get another one because they love them. So can this thing tow? Oh yeah, it can tow. What's the fuel economy like and more in our vital stats?
Let's start with pricing. The Range Rover plug-in hybrid starts at just over $137,500 Canadian. In the US, it's $110,500. The Range Rover plug-in hybrid is one of the few plug-in hybrids to offer 50 kilowatt DC rapid charging capability and can charge up to 80% in under an hour. The battery can charge to 100% in 5 hours on a 7.2 kilowatt level 2 charger. In the US, this PHEV qualifies for a tax credit up to $7,500. In Canada, it does not qualify for the federal EV rebate of $5,000 because of the high price point.
Here's the fuel economy, 4.6 liters combined equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 51 miles per gallon combined equivalent. When the battery is depleted, the fuel economy is 11.3 liters per 100 kilometers combined. That's 21 miles per gallon combined. Towing capacity is 5,500 pounds, and the warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers, 50,000 miles. So you want a mid to large size SUV that is a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah.
Here's a list.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Volvo XC90 Recharge. It has a T8 plug-in hybrid powertrain and a combined 462 horsepower and 58 kilometers, 36 miles of EV range. It has a starting price of just over $82,500.
The Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid with a 3-liter turbocharged V6 and an electric motor. 27 kilometers or 17 miles of EV range. It has a combined 455 horsepower and a starting price of $99,000.
The BMW X5 45e. It has a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 with an electric motor, a combined 389 horsepower and 45 kilometers, 31 miles of EV range. It has a starting price of just over $80,500.
The Lincoln Aviator PHEV, another vehicle that looks like this. The 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 with a hybrid system. A combined 494 horsepower. It has 34 kilometers or 21 miles of EV range. A starting price of $85,500.
So there are 4 plug-in hybrid luxury SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like, 2 things we'd like to see improve.
I'm really impressed with the range on this for a plug-in hybrid.
That's because it's a Range Rover, Andrea. It's got good range. I just love the way it looks.
What I'd love to see is a Range Rover being reliable.
And I'd like them to have a lower starting price so I could afford one.
Oh. If you've got the budget for this plug-in hybrid, you have got one sweet ride.
And you've got a lot of money.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.